Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh
Oh
Wow.
man, are we okay?
no,
Are
dude.
you
I
okay?
am so not okay right now. Hey, where does your allegiance on the Braves lie? Are you pro Atlanta Braves
Atlanta?
or yeah.
I grew up a diehard Atlanta Braves fan and
Yeah.
did not
Did
sway
you?
until I moved to San Francisco.
See, I figured that because they're sneaky my backup favorite team to the Red Sox, and I just pulled up ESPN and they're down 4-0. They might suck this season. They might be.
I'm
real
rooting for
bad.
the Orioles right now.
Okay,
I'm also
word.
rooting for
Why?
the Orioles. I'm also
Just-
rooting for the
Because-
Orioles.
They're young. I like their talent. I think they're funny. They've got spunk, and I like how they built their team from like a bunch of young kids, and they're gonna be good for like the next decade, which is sick.
And their Halloween colors, which is cool.
That too,
They
and like
were-
Baltimore's kind of baller.
They were my
Mm.
grandfather's favorite team.
Look at us, Haley. Who are you cheering for?
For the MLB season?
Yeah,
Well, it's almost over.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess. Oh yeah, we're in fucking playoffs. I'm dumb, dude. I'm like looking at the score. I'm like, what the fuck? But
It's
I've
literally
been.
the middle of October, Haley.
I know. Like for a minute, I just like got so ahead of myself because I have so
Didn't
much.
you go to the last game?
No. I mean, the last game
Okay.
for the Red Sox could have been considered like 3 months ago at
That's
this
true.
point. No, but I was riding. I am still riding with the Braves. I really had fun watching them this season because I have a really hard time with the Red Sox and ownership issues right now. So I can find them hard to root for sometimes, to be quite candid. But hopefully they can make some adjustments in the offseason and be better next year. But this year was pretty tough. Didn't even make it to a wild card spot. So
Hell yeah.
we love the Sox.
Word.
Spent
Okay,
many
you
a
guys ready?
sad night on the Sam Adams beer deck.
I have been present for a few of those.
Before they kick off, we are recording this on a Monday, who are our picks for tonight's game? Anybody have anything breaking they want to share for this
I think the Ra-
really thrilling matchup?
I kind of like the Raiders tonight. I can't lie to you.
Really?
Yeah,
You can
Tyler.
feel it in the air.
Yeah, I
don't know
kind
what-
of agree.
It's spooky season. I like the Raiders in October.
Packers are bad. So
I think
Yeah.
I agree. I think people are kind of like, oh, the Packers aren't that bad because they're not as bad as they could be, but they're still bad, right?
they're still
they're
bad.
not
Yeah, I
good.
think they're bad.
Okay.
Like Jordan Love, I think Jordan Love has shown he's better than I thought he was going to be, but I still think they're bad.
That's the general consensus.
I've always loved Jordan Love. Okay, I've been
Fair.
pro Jordan. I've
He's a
been
lost
a
love.
pro Jordan Love podcast for like a long time now.
Not me. I thought he looked awful out of Utah State. I'll be honest.
Boo. Boo. Also, I think that for the confidence of the Raiders heading into the Patriots game, they need to win tonight.
I don't think they have much to worry about there because
Yeah,
we're
I
playing
kind of
in
agree.
Vegas again, which I don't understand. Like, why
How is
we
that
agreed to do
possible?
that. Yes, I know. I'm so upset, even though I love Vegas. It's just very triggering. And they're going to be talking about that play the entire time.
I
think
bet we
it's-
see it at least 4 times replayed.
I don't want to do this anymore, you guys.
Haley has one bad season as a fan, and
No, it's not. I understand. I
Spiraling.
check my privilege. It's just this sucks so much. At least I have you guys to like,
Haley, this is what I felt like for 27 years of my life.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't.
Yeah, I was a Washington fan and then a Detroit fan, and we've only been good 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So I am establishing the Sad Pats. This is a new that we are
I
debuting.
like that.
We are debuting. I understand that I can never understand the sad cats way, but at this
No,
point,
no.
I'm just kind of giving up. And so for the first
No,
time,
that's not true. Haley, I'll give you in 15 years, if you guys are still terrible, you can be inducted.
okay.
You can be a sad cat.
Yeah.
I
but
really
you-
hope that
yeah.
that's not the case, but I appreciate that.
Okay.
We're very
well,
welcoming in the sad cat community.
you just have to rhyme or be
Yeah.
a cat.
Well, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
both.
I think I can introduce my own group because I understand that it doesn't necessarily fit. So, no matter what, we don't have a cat mascot, and that's kind of like the number one criteria.
Yeah, but
To be fair,
Mac Jones might have like, the cat costume somewhere.
no,
Your
if
mascot's
we're gonna,
what?
I'm gonna
What's your
pivot to our
mascot's
other
name?
obsession, and if we're on Survivor, Mac Jones is off my island.
Oh,
First
absolutely.
guy off.
Oh,
Yeah,
Off,
he's gotta
off,
be.
off.
He's gotta be off.
Huge liability.
I'm sure there were plenty of colonial people back in the day with cats. So
the mascot's name is Pat, by the way.
Yeah, Pat the
Oh,
Patriot.
Pat the
shocker.
Patriot.
To be specific,
Pat
yeah.
the Patriot.
Sad Pats.
I'm sure Pat
Okay.
had
Bad Pats,
some
dude.
cats.
Debut.
Okay. Before we talk about the Patriots, we got to talk about fantasy football. It was the DeMello Bowl. I need to
It
know
was.
what the vibes were like in your house.
Dude, so we didn't realize until probably like a couple days before, and Nance wasn't feeling well. We had a football game and she helped out, and we think she caught like a cold or something while she was there, so she wasn't feeling well. So she had kind of like quarantined herself. She didn't have COVID or anything, but she quarantined herself up in her little apartment space there in our house, and she texted me and was like, "Did you know that we're playing each other in fantasy this week?" I was like, "Oh my god, no way." And guys, I'm gonna say it, it could not be worse for me right now. It could not be more disastrous for the Haley DeMello brand. We are not Saquoning D's nuts for sure. I'm about to go 0-5 in our league. And I'm gonna own up to that. I'm gonna
To
be
your
last
own
in the league.
mom.
And I lost this week to Nance. There's no shot I win. And yeah, Saquon Barkley being out still while being questionable for most of the week really messed my day up. Because I have just been very optimistic, and it has done nothing but bring me disappointment and pain. So that's how my fantasy is going. My other league, the SpongeBob League, I am absolutely dominating. So
Really?
Yeah.
Great news. Even with
I'm going to be 0-5 in my other league.
Yeah, Justin Fields is actually not doing too bad right now.
Knock on wood.
Knock
Please.
on
I'm
wood.
shocked by that.
Yep.
Tyler?
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Willie for not setting his lineup this week. Because I would have probably lost.
Oh
without
my
that.
god, that's so good. Holy shit.
I had a
didn't
very
even know
bad week.
that.
I had like 3 guys score like less than 5 points, but he just has like 4 people like either hurt or on a bye
Will.
week. So
God damn.
Yeah.
My update is that I think Steve is going to lose. I need to double check, but I think that Steve is supposed to
He is gonna lose. He is gonna lose. This is confirmed.
Let's go.
I did confirm this earlier.
Steve. Where is he? Yeah, he is going to lose to Pat. Good for Pat. Shout
Good
out
for Pat. Shout out Pat.
Yeah,
shout
hell
out
yeah.
Pat.
Shout out Pat. Pat's at the bottom of the league with us too, so it's
I
good
know.
for a member of the lower part of the totem pole to get some
I'm gonna
reps.
lose this week too because Maraid's gonna like randomly put up 200 points because
Yeah,
of
dude,
Maraid-
Maraid
Maraid might be good
popped
at
off this
fantasy
weekend.
football.
Yeah, dude, I swear I'm getting my ass kicked right now.
I saw that. I was like, bro, that's tough.
I'm gonna put up like 130 and still lose like that. What? Ugh, that sucks. Okay. Any other fantasy notes other than fuck Steve as usual?
Fuck Steve for sure. Also, we can discuss because I think it's only fair. Ryan did go through a bit of a personnel change. I don't know if we all caught that
He
this
did.
week.
He went through a bit of a rebrand.
So I know he's rebranding. Where do we stand on that? Because I don't know. Are we pivoting? I think it's still fuck Steve, but it was
I am-
also
always
fuck
fuck
Ryan
Steve.
for a minute there.
Yeah, I'm more pro Ryan at this moment than I am pro Steve at this moment. I
Mhm.
appreciate the rebrand. But nobody wants Adam Thielen from him, and
Nobody
He
wants
does.
Adam
He's
Thielen.
trying to push Adam.
He's
He
also
is
trying
popping
to
his
get me to
pussy
take
for Adam
Garrett
Thielen.
Wilson for Saquon, and I'm like, I'm not doing that, Ryan. Your team is trash.
He is popping his pussy for Adam Thielen.
Oh my god, I can't.
I respect the hustle.
It's a
Gotta respect the
daily
hustle.
meme in our group chat.
I tell him, I'm like, I would literally trade with you, but Nick Chubb is gone, so I cannot give you a running back. That would be not in my best interest. Okay. Any other fantasy thoughts?
No. Who do we face this week? Can we pull it up real quick? Where does our
I don't have
Um,
my
what does the
phone
next
on
week
me.
look like? Hold on,
okay,
I
I
might
can
be
tell
able to
you.
pull it up.
How do I even look ahead?
Here we go. Full schedule.
Hell
Week
yeah.
6. I play you, bro. I play you, Kendra.
It's us?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
What a
Damn.
battle.
Damn.
The
That'll
battle
be
of the
intense.
Seltzers. Haley, you're going from Steve to Nancy to me. That is a tough.
Dude,
Go
I'm looking at
things.
my schedule and it's L. Straight L.
In the
Arms
arms
of an angel.
an
Oh, actually, in
angel.
our notes, I put all by myself because I'm officially the only 0-5 person.
Who
I'm
does Tyler
officially
play?
the only winless one.
Yeah, who do I play?
Oh, fuck. Who does Tyler play? But yeah. Team schedule for the Sad Cats.
Mhm.
Week 6, you play Steve.
Mm,
Tyler.
suspicious.
You gotta
Wait,
knock
this
him
is
off
the
the
perfect
top.
time for us to scheme because you play Steve and me and Haley play each other. So if we
Yeah.
wanted to make trades to fuck Steve over, this would be the time to do it.
That is
Would
a good
be.
point. Damn.
Yo. Okay, we need to talk about this off the air, but just know if we fuck Steve over, we did that shit.
Wow.
That is always the end goal.
And I am a great commissioner. Fuck everybody.
Okay. True. It's been very drama-free thus far, other than the Adam Thielen trade. That's just the
And
only
Adam
thing.
Thielen.
Okay. All right. So we already kind of talked about tonight's game a little bit as like a soft open on accident. I have to say I had a terrible week betting, but the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Bills, and I don't give a shit about anything else. It was fucking awesome, but also terrible at the same time. The turnovers, the penalties, everything. Absolute shit show. But we won, and I don't care about anything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I told you so. I had a feeling that they were gonna come out on top this weekend. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I was making a meme for our fantasy chat real quick, but I'm kind of not here for all the Bills excuse trains that are coming out of this
Agree.
game. Like the fact
Yes.
that they had to fly to London and that like blah blah blah. Like, are you no, we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Yes,
No.
Haley.
Even if I wasn't a Jags fan, like that is just, if anything, I got out of the weekend that the Bills are kind of crybabies.
Dude, yeah, I actually hate that.
Bills
Like,
fans,
this is my
definitely.
yeah, Bills fans are crybabies. I have a lot of Bills fan friends that I adore, but for the most part, soft as shit on Twitter. Soft fucking fan base. I was shocked because I love so many Bills fans, but good God, how many crybabies about the turf and the injuries and the penalties and the time zone change and sleepy Josh Allen and blah blah blah. Like, For Sleepy Josh Allen is the fucking funniest thing that came out of this. I
It's so
swear to
good,
God.
dude. It's so funny.
Like, are you kidding me? How soft are you? Like that, I can't get over it. It's like you cop the L. Wait, what did you guys think of the Josh Allen on Josh Allen roughing the passer?
It was great. I
That
was
was
sad that it got
ridiculous.
taken away, but we did get to experience it. We got to experience it. At the end of the day, that's what I wanted. That's what we all wanted. That was the name of last week's episode, Josh Allen Bowl. I'm sad it got taken away, but I'm not even considering that. I'm pretending it didn't.
Agree or disagree? Like full transparency, you guys know you can roast me. Do you think that call only goes for Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen?
I think it's one
Would
of those.
go for Aaron Rodgers as well.
Yeah, I think it's one of those trickier calls where it depends.
Like, I think that only goes for those three guys. I only don't include Rodgers because he's not playing.
Yeah. Like
That call only
the
goes for
Tom
those
Brady
three.
Would have gotten, but yeah,
Yep.
I
100% a Brady call.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. If Brady were still in the league, it would go for Brady.
Yeah.
Yep.
The olds and
I definitely
the
agree.
expensive.
Yeah, I think you can make that argument. I don't know statistically what it would be. It would be interesting, I think, if we looked it up.
I genuinely think that is a call that only goes for Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes at the moment. And the fact that Josh was calling for a flag on that goes to show that he actually wasn't concerned about himself.
It was a poor showing because just between that, his apparent like attitude the whole time, and then Stephon Diggs throwing the tablet. I was like, guys, like this is just, come on. It was giving playground tantrum vibes. Like I was really honestly disappointed in them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big Stephon Diggs truther. He's one of my favorite players in the league. We talk about him all the time. I adore him. I love that he went and showed some love to some of the Jags after the game. As far as like analysis on the game itself, I said on Friday on our show that like as stupid as it sounds to say that our wide receivers and our offensive line had to show up, that's a given, but the defense was going to have to win this game. I fucking meant it, and that's what happened. Trevor's offensive line didn't do him any favors. He very clearly got like a calf or like a dead leg or something like that in that hit that he took from, I don't even remember the guy's last name. He came in like maybe halfway through the game. Epinesa, is that his name? I think that is
AJ Epinesa, yeah.
Yes, him. Yeah, that hit on Trev that he had clearly hurt him. And he was still fighting for yards, scrambling, using his feet, something that he usually doesn't do or isn't great at, but when he has to, he's fine. ETN definitely contributed in that game. Like that game, that was the Trevor and Travis game. Like that's all that was. That was Clemson, old school, get her done in tough times. That felt like a playoff game to me. Truly it did.
I think that for sure, one of the bigger things that I walked away from it with was that the defense 100% showed up when they needed to. I thought they looked really, really good. And comparatively, just to compare to the Pats real quick, I guess I underestimated, or I was surprised by Trav's mobility. Like he's fast and he's big. Like he's just quick on the move, even when he gets out of the pocket. Like I was very impressed with him on Sunday, I have to say.
So I don't know if you know this or if I've told you this before, but apparently because of Travis Etienne's injury that he had, his feet kind of point more outward, which makes him tougher to tackle when he runs because you can't really tell where he's going.
That's weird. He's got like duck feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even
crazy.
I think I misspoke too because I meant Trav, but also Trev too. Like Trevor Lawrence, when he's on the run, dude, I'm like, oh man, he can kind of cook. Like, I don't know, he's just fat. I didn't realize he was fast.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. And like, I just look at Mac Jones doing absolutely nothing in terms of like finding like mobility and getting out of the pocket.
Because Mac's not athletic.
Exactly. And I think I didn't realize how athletic Trevor is. He's not, dude. He's not. He sucks. No. He's trash.
He's in fact the opposite of athletic. Mac Jones.
Dude, I'm telling you, I am going to let the internet have it if I am right about having Will Greer season. I'm so gonna fucking let the world have it.
Anything.
I can't see it.
I wish Malik
Um,
Cunningham wasn't injured.
Okay.
I would say throw him in.
We'll get there. Any other comments, Jags Bills?
Huge win for the Jags. We talked about it last week, but I thought it was a potential dub, and I think that it's really good for their morale leaving England and coming back to the States.
Got the
good
Colts
looks.
this weekend.
Yep, and they're tied for the top of the division, or they are.
And we get
division?
Gardner Minshew led Colts.
Wow.
Revenge game Minshew?
I don't know. Jacksonville still loves him so much that I feel like the energy is gonna be soft. Like, I don't know what it is, but Jacksonville peeps still have a hard on for Gardner.
Everybody does. Everybody loves Gardner Minshew. I don't know a fan base that wouldn't like
He
Gardner
is kind
Minshew.
of that motherfucker, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of is. All right, yeah. I gotta say, my Texans bet that sucked to lose. I thought the Texans were better than this. And Bijan Robinson is still fucking sick as fuck.
He is him, dude. I'm gonna say it. He is
That
him.
behind the back catch he
Crazy.
had,
So sick.
so crazy.
So sick.
How do you feel about your rookie of the year odds, Tyler?
Well, what's that kid's name in Los Angeles? He's
Puka.
looking pretty good.
Puka.
Puka Nakua. I know they would love that for storyline purposes behind the scenes at the NFL. I don't know. I think him, Bajan, CJ, it's probably gonna be one of them.
Those are the three. Yeah.
Yeah, those
All
are the
right.
big three. I know they're leading in Vegas odds, but I can't really see anybody else emerging.
I also bet. Well, Sam Laporta. Speaking
They're
of,
not going to give it to a tight end.
yeah, but he's been really good, dude.
He has been really good. I think Dalton Kincaid's been really good too. He's been a little quieter, but
Laporta's been better.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I want to talk about your Lions. I stupidly picked the Panthers to cover. I thought 10 points was a lot in the NFL. Lions whooped them. What are your thoughts? 0-5 Panthers, dude.
You know, I thought it was a trap game going in, and they handled business. Credit to them. Even without the Sun God, they went out there.
Yeah,
and
didn't
they
even need
handled
him.
themselves. No, Aiden Hutchinson. I'm so happy you didn't take him from me.
I wish that I did.
He's so good.
I'm so happy for his family and him and the storyline and him being home and blah blah blah.
Hometown
but
boy and all that. Yeah.
Although Trayvon Walker did end the game for us on Sunday. Woohoo.
Yeah, good work, Trayvon.
Good work, Trayvon.
Good work,
I,
Trayvon.
for the record, told both of you last week that I thought the Lions would have absolutely no issue, and even Tyler, as the designated fan, told me, I don't know, Haley, it could be a trap.
I'm a cynical fan.
Yep, and
So
you were
you gotta
wrong.
know
I was
this.
right. So huge dub for
You
me.
gotta know this.
And the Panthers suck, dude.
Panthers are
Panthers
bad.
suck.
Yeah, they
And
are the only team without a win. Correct.
I don't.
And don't the Bears have their first pick?
The Bears have their first pick. Yeah,
So Bears could be 1-2.
they could be. They could be.
That would
I'm
be
interested
so
where
epic.
New England's picking, but yeah.
But I think the
Brr, brr,
Lions
brr, brr.
are one of the best teams in the conference right now. They're pretty
In
sick.
football.
And in the league, they're pretty dope. And we ride with Daddy Campbell always.
Yeah,
I've started low-key doing the Dan Campbell every day. I had 6 shots of espresso on not purpose accident today.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I have been doing this every day on accident. I think I'm just addicted to espresso.
How do you accidentally have 6 shots of espresso?
Because I thought that I had 3, and then I went to go order more espresso pods and realized that I had been doing double espresso pods the whole time.
Oh wow! Better be careful.
Tyler's worried.
You're gonna give yourself caffeine overdose, and that
Can you overdose on caffeine?
Yes.
I think if Dan Campbell's fine, I'm fine.
Dan Campbell also probably has 200 pounds on you.
Wow.
I did have like no, dude, the last time I actually drank alcohol was at my cousin's wedding a couple of months ago, and I had so many Red Bulls that night that I can't even. I felt like Haley DeMello.
Oh yeah, brother, I love that for you. Pop off.
Maybe I paid for a wing of Max Verstappen's car.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I could go there. Breaking news: Red Sox fired another coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
Still not who they need to fire though. No tea, no shade.
Okay. Titans Colts. I picked the Colts in this game and I am feeling good about it. RIP Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, that shoulder. I knew it was a matter of
John-
time. I called this beginning of the season.
Jonathan, I mean, I did take the under on his passing yards for the season. Sorry.
There you go.
Jonathan Taylor also barely touched the ball.
Also,
I'm
I don't
excited
think that
to
was
play.
a huge shocker.
I'm excited to play these Colts. That's all I have to say. I don't.
Yeah,
have
I don't really
any-
think you have much to worry about, my friend.
I mean, I do because we're the Jags, but at the same time, here's the thing: the Jags don't play the Colts well in Jacksonville.
It's like New England and Miami when they were
Yes.
good. Now New England sucks, so they're gonna lose to Miami no matter what. But when they were good, they still struggled.
Like when we went 1-16, the one, yeah, okay. All right. Giants Dolphins. I think the Giants might be in like the Arizona, Carolina, Patriots tier.
The bottom of the barrel, if you will.
Yeah, they
Does not look
most
great.
definitely.
Does
They're
not
not
look
good.
great for the Giants. And I think that now here's the real question, because you were a big double advocate. Where do you stand now? Do you think it was just like a one and done? Because last year I thought he did a pretty good job considering what he was given. And now he kind of looks like, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think he looks great right now. I mean, he's still very cool. That's usually my stance on him, is that he's just a cool guy. But he's got some issues on that team.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's tough.
No,
They can't seem to figure it out.
It's just, why did you sign Saquon to a 1-year deal and give all this money to Daniel Jones, who clearly is such a weenie? And you know what? I actually have a bone to pick really quick. Everyone on the internet gave me such shit for saying that I would choose Daniel Jones over Mac Jones to win me a game. I want to know where the people who talk shit to me under that post and said, get back to the kitchen or whatever. Like, where do you guys stand now? Because fuck you guys.
Yeah, I think I still do.
I said that I would take Daniel over Mac then, and I would take Daniel over Mac now.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Well,
would
maybe not
either
now,
of them. I
but
think they
yeah,
both
I would rather
suck ass.
I would rather pass.
I agree, but that is what I'm saying. And I think what's going to happen is the Patriots are going to wind up firing Bill and keeping Mac Jones. And Mac Jones is going to have a mediocre enough season with his back against the wall and a new coach to get a Daniel Jones type of deal. That's what I'm predicting for the Patriots.
I would absolutely hate that. I would hate my life if that's what
I see
happened.
no universe where they fire Bill Belichick. I'll be completely honest.
I'm going to agree with that. And I hope there is one.
He's accomplished way too much there to not go out on his own terms, in my opinion.
No, the thing is,
like
is
Nick
that
Saban at Alabama. Nick Saban will never be fired from Alabama, even if he goes 1-12.
Bill should have been fired at the end of last season.
Yeah, but shoulda, coulda, woulda is one thing. They're not, like, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're not dealing with logic here. We're dealing with like history and like the Patriot way and all that. And I just don't think that they are going to get rid of Bill. If he does leave, it's going to be on his own terms. He's not going to be fired.
Or he'll just take an LOA and not come back. I don't know. Do you guys think the Dolphins are... What do you guys think about the Dolphins and the Bills after the weeks that they had the last 2 weeks now?
Despite
Miami's offense is crazy.
Despite what the record shows, I still like Miami over the Bills, especially after this weekend. I think that their offense is absolutely insane, dude. Insane.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I love Mike McDaniel. I've said it last week and the week before, and I'm going to say it again. Coach of the year, love him. Think he's great.
Coach of the year. It's high praise. All right, so Haley, it's time.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
With how much we've talked about them already, I'm shocked we're just now getting to the Patriots.
You guys are doing that thing where you're just like letting it fester.
Mhm.
So just get it out of the way.
Can I
And
get
it's
an
like,
opening
no, we'll talk
statement?
about it. Yeah, sure. So Mac Jones sucks for sure. Huge loss. Bill Belichick's worst losses at home in his career ever in the last 2 years or in the last 2 games. So that's so sick. We got shut out by the Saints at home. I had a bunch of friends that were there, including Liz and Barrett for Barrett's birthday. So that kind of sucked. Shout out to them for having a good day still. But yeah, I mean, not great, guys. This kind of sucks. I'm not thrilled with how this went
What
down.
an opening statement.
I
from
couldn't even
Haley.
really watch it. I watched like the first quarter and then it didn't get any better. And then it was just sad. And I don't know, man. I don't know where I stand on the whole lighthouse thing. Like I don't know. I don't know what to even I don't even know what to say. Like pathetic.
I think you gotta blow it up.
Yeah, I mean
Team and the lighthouse.
I don't even know anymore, man. I don't even know. Like the lighthouse to what? Like what is it guiding us to? Because we're lost, bro. I am lost.
They're lost.
I am at a loss for words. I could really use a goddamn lighthouse to point me in the right direction of where this team should go, but here we are.
All right, so if you get a top 5 pick, are you what do you want?
Hilarious because the idea of New England with a top 5 pick with their absolute inability
Bill's
to
gonna
draft,
take a kicker.
Kicker.
Well, in all
I
honesty,
don't
Bill
even
probably
know.
trade out of it.
Yeah. They'll
You're
go like
so right, Tyler.
they'll
And they
go like
won't draft a wide receiver at all.
Yeah.
they'll just add to the Christian Gonzalez class. They'll be like, let's throw him a quarterback. Like that's a great idea.
No, they're gonna take like a punter, a kicker, a guard, and then
A
7
linebacker.
corners. Yeah.
I was gonna say a linebacker, but defense, not offense. Like God forbid.
It's
That be
special
what they
teams and
do.
defense, baby.
Yep.
It is 1995 football.
Dude, I don't know because here's the thing. I was talking about how excited I was for the potential running game from the Patriots, but we don't seem to have that cooking for us. So I don't know if it's a matter of obviously Mac Jones needs to go. If I could take a quarterback, I would take one. Yes, Kendra.
Do you miss Matt Patricia?
Offensively, absolutely not.
I mean, they were better on offense last year.
They were for
so,
sure.
do you owe him an apology? Question mark?
No, because I always side with Matt Patricia. I've been anti Mac Jones from day one. I will not go. This cannot go unnoted.
So are we going make Matt Patricia
Jones.
great again status?
Dude, I've always been pro Matt Patricia. Even when he came to Foxborough, I was like Matt Patricia revenge tour. Like he's on his reputation era shit. Like good for him. But
Full circle.
I just don't know, man. I'm so anti Mac Jones, and they keep putting him out there, and it's so frustrating.
So let me ask you this: ideally, next year, what does your head coaching quarterback situation look like?
Bill Belichick and literally anybody else.
No, I need to take I need you to pick somebody.
Pick somebody. I don't know. I mean, if they could trade for if they could is it like a limitless option? Like
no, realistically, what do you think the
realistically
best thing...
I don't hate the Kirk Cousins idea. I think that would be kind of sick. I think that my biggest hesitations with bringing a young guy in is the repetition of what happened with Mac. I think it's getting harder and harder for these quarterbacks to adjust.
What if you brought in Kirk and then you got a rookie?
I think that's an ideal situation.
Okay, so that's your ideal situation. I don't hate that. I think Bill should go regardless.
To be honest,
I don't like Bill. I think he should go too. But like, as far as like a quarterback situation, I think that's their best option.
Mhm.
They also need to get rid of Bill O'Brien.
Yep, I
in
agree
my
with that
opinion.
as well.
Bill O'Brien.
I don't
is
know why
bad.
they're not running the ball, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand. Like,
So
even
do you-
when we were
who do
coming
you
into
wanna
this season.
Who do you want to see at quarterback this week? Do you think they should ride it out with Mac? Because I think that you have to
Dude,
ride it out with Mac at this point.
I can't, dude. I literally can't because it's just I don't understand. We have had two of the worst losses that we've ever had in the last 2 weeks with this guy. And he's not him. I don't like him. And I don't think he even deserves to be a quarterback right now. To be quite honest with you.
Do you want Zappy?
Sure. Put him in. Put Will Greer in. Let's see. Throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Like anybody but Mac. Because he's just not doing it. Not working.
Resign Julian Edelman. Put him at quarterback.
Yeah, honestly. Literally.
The offensive line is also so bad, and they're so riddled with injuries at this point. It's fucking crazy. Who do the Patriots have this week?
Who do the Patriots have this week?
Please hold. Week.
Oh, we're
6.
in Vegas. We're in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, duh, yeah.
So sick.
That's an L.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally walk into the ocean.
Wait, how down bad will you be if you guys lose to the Raiders?
I don't think, honestly, last year was such a sobering experience with everything that happened in Vegas that even if it is that bad, I think I'm emotionally prepared. I think I'm kind of like post Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. Like, it's really bad. And I know it's not going to get much better, but we still have another episode to go.
Okay. All right. I don't hate that. The other kind of big shock for me this week was the Steelers beating the Ravens. This game was so ugly. I called it when I said that this was going to be a fucking Big Ten football game. And it really was. And it was ugly. It wasn't pretty. Like, just Kenny Pickett. I still don't know how I feel about Kenny Pickett. I don't know.
I think we need to look into his star sign because here's my theory with Kenny Pickett. He gets really freaking lucky sometimes. And I don't know how much of it is that he's talented because he gets a lot of hype. And I'm like, I don't know. Is he really good or does he get lucky? Because I think he's surrounded by a decent Steelers team, but I don't think he's like a leader in the locker. Like, do you see him like as a leader? I don't.
Uh-oh.
Is he an Aries?
The moon has spoken.
Me and Kenny Pickett have very similar astrology.
Good.
Oh no.
That's so good.
The only difference is that his sun is in Gemini, but his moon is in Scorpio and his Venus is also in Taurus. And we have the same size hands. So sup Kenny Pickett. And we're both named Kenny. Let's go.
True.
Weird,
oh my god, I have a hilarious story to tell. Yeah, I'm digging Kenny Pickett's astrology. Sup, daddy. We all know I love insane men. We were at Ryan's house the other day, everyone who's there watching football, and he was screaming at Kenny Pickett on the TV, and he calls me Kenny. And I didn't realize he was screaming at Kenny Pickett on the TV, but he just goes, I was like talking about gambling. And he just goes, Kenny, get your head out of your ass, you fucking piece of shit. And I go, yeah, honestly, you're right. And he was like, I was talking about Kenny Pickett.
That's good.
That is good.
I was like, yeah, you're so
good.
That's good.
So yeah. Anyways, I've been high on the Ravens all season. They're super banged up, but the Steelers were honestly way more banged up. I don't know what it is about Mike Tomlin being the underdog at home and being able to bust it out, but I'm never gonna bet against him in that situation anymore. And I still love the Ravens. I still think they're a good team. I do think that they could win the North, but that might be I don't know. Kenny was kind of a dog considering he was hurt all week too.
Can I be frank for a moment? So you're
Obviously.
pro Mike Tomlin, but you're anti Bill Belichick, which I find fascinating because I think it's like shocking that Mike Tomlin is still a head coach in the city of Pittsburgh when they have been consistently
He's never been below
mid.
500.
Yeah, but he's been there. Yeah, but he's mid. Like they're not good. They haven't made it to a Super Bowl recently. They haven't even made it to a conference championship recently. Like, considering how big of a sports town Pittsburgh is supposed to be, I just think it's interesting.
I don't know. I did say last year that I thought Mike Tomlin should be fired, so I feel like I'm exempt from this. I just love the Mike Tomlin attitude. But I'm just learning in this moment that I think that I am pro Kenny Pickett, even if he's not good down the line.
Kendrick's entire worldview just changed.
Yeah.
Because of Kenny Pickett's moon. So.
Yeah.
She's gonna buy a jersey tomorrow.
No, I will never wear a Steelers jersey ever. Not even if there was a fire.
They're so cursed.
Off limits jerseys. Steelers jerseys are off limits. I've worn a Patriots jersey. Cowboys jerseys,
off limits.
Unless it's Des Bryant because he owned a monkey illegally.
Icon.
Yeah, that's. I think that's it. LA jerseys, not a fan.
I'll never wear a Bucks jersey, or a Montreal jersey, or a Toronto jersey of any kind.
Can't relate to these. Okay. Eagles game. I've also had the Rams money line, so that fucking sucks. At least Cooper Kupp is healthy. Jalen Hurts looks good again. Jalen Carter is probably the defensive rookie of the year. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and they're going to lose to the 49ers the end.
Fair.
They're bringing back the Kelly Greens this week or next week.
Kelly Greens are back.
They look so
nice.
I
love the Kelly Greens.
We are a pro Kelly Green.
I would buy a Kelly Green jersey. I don't know who I would get, but so nice.
You should get Jack Driscoll, War Eagle.
I'll pass on Jack Driscoll. No offense.
Devonta would be nice.
Get a Jason Kelsey jersey.
There you go.
That's so basic.
Yeah. Well, I'm a basic boy.
He's a Swiftie.
It's true. Well, the Bengals are back. Also,
Bengals are back.
By the way,
God.
Thank God.
Took long enough.
It's about time.
Took long enough, dude. Deadass.
Okay.
It was about time.
I love Joe Burrow, but I don't have any feelings about the Bengals. I could take or leave them. I just like their all white unis.
The all white unis are sick.
I have no thoughts about the Bengals. I honestly like the Cardinals more just because Josh Dobbs. I was rooting so hard for the Cardinals here just because I'm on a Josh Dobbs vibe at the moment.
You are very pro Josh Dobbs right now.
I'm so pro Josh Dobbs. Oh, wait, Haley, would you want Kyler Murray on the Patriots? Why am I watching the Manning cast right now? Do I hate myself?
I don't know the answer to that. Maybe. I'd love Josh Dobbs to be on the Patriots. That would be kind of iconic.
Wait, really?
I think that would be kind of iconic.
Ooh.
A young, talented, moldable quarterback. That would be sick.
He's mobile and the offensive line does blow.
Correct.
Correct. That might be a solid Twitter poll, Haley. All right, I don't hate that. Although the Cardinals could keep him and try and get Kyler off their hands in that contract, and I think that's something they're more likely to do, but I don't hate that at all. Yeah, I don't know. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase can chill out. He found them. It's over. Do we think, here's my only question about this game. It's the Cardinals. I'm going to take it at face value. But do you think that this was a big enough win for them to get back on track / can you see them getting back on track?
A good first step.
I hope so, because I think that so far they're not as bad as we thought they were going to be. I think that's fair to say. Because I thought they were going to be absolute bottom of the barrel. But also given there are a lot of other teams that are down there that we mentioned earlier, the Giants, the Patriots, the Bears. So, I mean, the competition for worst is not being led by them. So I think
True.
that they have ability to have momentum. I don't know what the rest of their season looks like. What does their schedule look like?
I think that they're in the middle of the pack as far as toughness of their schedule, but I do think that their division is like obviously a little tougher than any of us thought it would be originally. Like
Mhm.
I didn't think the Steelers would be great. The Ravens I was really high on. I know others weren't. So the Browns obviously not where people thought they would be, but I think the Ravens are kind of in a good place as long as they can one get/stay healthy and two kind of stay on the same trajectory.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are in a good spot, but I'm not counting out the Bengals yet. I think they
Okay.
could come back from this. I think they could bounce
I do
back.
too. Yeah, it's gonna depend on how healthy Joe Burrow is.
They've had beginning of season struggles in the past too, and
Yeah,
corrected
every
course.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a very
so
Bengals
I'm
move.
not counting them out yet.
They've also gotten lucky with some of the AFC situations. I mean, Rodgers going down really changed everything. Mahomes not having the weapons he used to. Bills struggles. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But we'll see. I don't know. Speaking of the Aaron Rodgers situation, Jets, Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett Bowl, we won.
It's everything we have ever wanted, I would say.
We won. That's all I
Huge
have.
dub. And they did it for him. And I think that's really sweet.
Do we think that Zach, I mean, I know that there were some defensive points to help out here and whatnot, but do we think that like Zach Wilson has a shot of keeping this game in playoff contention or this team in playoff contention?
No. But I have been impressed with him in the last 2 games. There is rumors that it is headband related. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I've seen the headband conspiracy theory.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm a big.
What is the headband conspiracy theory?
He has not worn the headband the last 2. He says that he doesn't wear it in colder climates because he wears it to keep the sweat out of his eyes. But the last 2 games he hasn't worn it, and he's done significantly more.
We think it's restricting blood flow to the brain.
I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the research.
Could be.
But
I might be all in on the headband theory.
I'm just repeating. I'm just repeating the news. But I don't think that the Jets can go to the playoffs. But I think that, maybe they have a shot. And I don't want him to not do well, even though I am a Patriots fan.
I think a lot would have to go right. It's hard
to watch him struggle.
A lot would have to go right for them to make the playoffs, on top of Zach Wilson having like decent success. But I don't know. By himself, I don't think Zach's leading.
Their defense is so fucking sick, though,
Yeah,
dude.
it is. I agree with Tyler. I think they could go. I guess maybe, if you phrase it like that, right? Could the Jets go to the playoffs? Maybe.
It would need
Zach
dominoes
Wilson gonna lead the Jets to the playoffs?
No, because Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be back in like December.
Allegedly, I don't believe that.
Did you see on whatever the fuck show he was on the other day that he said that
Jimmy.
he was in a I know, I just saw that. If you missed it, we are watching Monday Night Football, Packers, Raiders. But did you see he was in a shoe in like 13 days or some bullshit?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I think that this is all just, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is on some fuck shit. I don't believe a thing that comes out of his mouth. I don't know. Something's fishy here.
Maybe he's gonna do a darkness journey for his foot. I don't know.
Maybe
he did like an experimental surgery. So it's basically
Because now he believes in doctors.
True.
Wow.
And he doesn't take a paycheck from the Johnson & Johnson family at all. So that being said, we stand with Nathaniel Hackett forever until we die at New Hampshire till the end.
True. I agree.
Any other thoughts on that game?
No, ma'am.
Another bet I lost this week, the Vikings. I had the Vikings.
Vikings are bad, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Tyler.
Vikings
the
are
Vikings
bad.
are bad. I think we can
They're
officially
so
say
bad.
that, right? They're bad.
They're officially big bad, which is why I think that they should sell high. Sell
they
Kirk Cousins.
should get rid of Kirk while they can for like a 4th,
Sell
5th
Justin
round pick.
Jefferson.
I mean,
think
I don't think the score shows it enough because they only lost by 7, but they were bad.
you know
Bad,
what
bad,
No,
would
bad.
that's a
be
classic Kirk Cousins move too. The score never
No.
shows how bad it actually is.
you guys, what if the Patriots offered the Vikings Mac Jones and a 4th-round pick, and they would take every penny of Kirk's contract?
Well, Kirk's contract is up.
I know, but he's owed like 10 mil this season.
Oh, if they did it mid-season,
I guess.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a money guy. I don't know.
I'm
how
not a
that
huge money
works.
guy, but I would love to see it.
I've been.
I think that-
everyone knows I've been on the Kirk to the Patriots wagon this entire season.
I think Kirk in a Patriots uniform just makes sense. And
I love it.
him living
Mhm.
in like North Attleboro with his minivan ass
Mhm.
sounds just so
Yep.
on brand.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see him shopping at like that super nice market basket there
Yep.
with
I know
coupons.
exactly the one.
Yes.
Yep.
It makes sense.
He's a big coupon guy, for sure.
He gives coupon energy.
He's massive coupon energy. And you know he's got like a booklet of it.
Yeah.
He's got like a
like
booklet of like 40
laminated
different
binder.
coupons.
You
Yeah,
think he does
yeah.
his own grocery shopping?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that he likes to feel the tomatoes that he picks out and like
my
like
God.
flick his own watermelon.
Oh, he definitely
gotta
flicks
make
his watermelon.
That's so
yeah.
good.
He's
He
got to make sure the
definitely does.
coupons are going to
Yeah.
good use. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where he wants them to go. Watermelon flicker for sure. He doesn't even know what it's supposed to sound like or what it's supposed
No,
to
he
look
just
like.
flicks every one. He just heard
yeah.
one time that he was supposed to flick watermelons, and
Yeah.
so he always does it. And
He
tells
flicks all of them.
his kids, "Now look, son, you always got to flick your watermelon."
And you got to go
Are
back
we
to the
still
first one you
talking about
flicked.
this? I like kind of tuned out for a
Yeah.
little bit, but we're still on the watermelon. Huh?
Mhm.
Good, good.
27-20 Chiefs. And last night, Brock Purdy rocks.
Brock Purdy's
It's
good.
Brocktober.
Brock Purdy's
He
good at
has
football.
not thrown an interception yet this season. Young
Brock
lad.
Purdy is a top 10 NFL quarterback right now.
I would give you that.
I
Yep.
think I would agree. Yeah.
So, you know
I don't
what?
think I can
I've been
name-
rocking out with my Brock out from the beginning of the season. And I still am taking W's, guys, in every facet other than the Patriots. I've been riding high with my takes.
Is it worth
Do
it?
you-
To watch Brock Purdy absolutely dominate, yes.
Do you think that Jerry Jones should sell the team? Not that he ever will in a
Probably
million,
not.
but I think that he should have to.
There's
But I think
no
that
way
he
he
should have
would.
to.
There's
No,
no way
I
that he
know.
would, but
but he should
no,
have
I
to.
mean he's a Dale Dimmadome character.
Doug.
Dale Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome.
Dale's his son.
Okay. I am not the biggest Jerry Jones fan, but boy, do I not envy the head coach position of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-mm.
That is not a place I would like to be. And I'm gonna say it because we don't say it enough. Dak Prescott is bad. He is not good. He is not a good quarterback. I feel like we keep having this conversation every year where it's like, oh, maybe Dak's not that bad. But this game for me was like, no, Dak's bad. He's not good. I'm out on Dak Prescott. It was embarrassing, honestly. Embarrassing performance by the Cowboys.
I pretty much agree.
Okay. All right, Haley, who's your winner?
My winner of the week is Brock Purdy for all of the above and the 49ers. I really like them to go to the Super Bowl this year. I think just between their offense and their defense, they are one of, if not the best teams in the league right now. And my loser is Dak Prescott for the above aforementioned reasons.
Okay, Tyler.
I went Jamar Chase and the Bengals. I think this is a great first step in getting their shit together, back on the right track. Good win
Okay.
for the boys.
Loser.
Sean Payton's my loser.
Okay. My winner, I'm going Nathaniel Hackett. And my loser, I'm going to say Bills fans on Twitter.
Hey.
Who's your loser, Haley?
My loser was Dak Prescott.
Of course.
All right, college football. Haley, will you give us an update?
Yeah, so we did have some movement we talked about earlier before the show. Kendra, you are still in the lead with 11. Tyler, you are just behind with 9. So you're still in it.
Made up some ground.
Picking up some ground. Picked up some ground with the last minute Ohio State switch and with the Louisville.
Thank God I
call.
did that.
Yeah, good call on
So
Louisville.
congrats.
How'd I pay?
I did forget to say this earlier, so I'm going to go back real quick. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but Mac has officially thrown as many pick sixes in Foxborough as Tom Brady has.
In his entire career, yeah.
Yep.
Also,
so.
I don't know if you saw that. I think his name's Henry McKenna tweet saying Mac Jones. It's hard to be a good cook when you're cooking with like garbage or whatever.
Nope, I don't accept that. I don't accept that at all. Because
that was from Mac Jones camp.
Yeah, Mac Jones is. I can't even get into it. But anyway, yeah, college football. College football was sick. Tyler, what are your top 10 thoughts? Have we had any movement?
Yeah, so we had a lot of movement. Georgia's back at 1. I thought the Kentucky one was great. Michigan's at 2. And I think they're only 2 because how bad their schedule is. They've been the most dominant team in college football so far this year. Ohio State's 3 for me. Washington's at 4. Florida State's at 5. Oregon's at 6. Oklahoma is up to 7. They won the Red River rivalry.
I hate the way that
great
sounds.
Time everybody saying that on broadcast this week. Everybody struggled. Penn State's at 8 still. Number 9, Texas. I don't think they're dead yet. I think they have a very real path to the playoffs still if they make it to the Big 12 championship and beat Oklahoma. They're definitely in. And then Alabama's still at number 10 for me because I think they just got past their biggest remaining opponent on their calendar. And I don't think they lose again.
Okay. I donated a couple hot takes, but yeah. Texas losing was tough.
It was
but
really
what
tough.
A college football game, I have to say.
It was fun.
Down to you can never count them out. You can never count anybody. Anything can happen.
It's always one of the most fun games of the year, the Red River Shootout.
I hate that you can't say shootout. Listening to broadcasters say Red River rivalry just really makes my skin crawl.
And I was talking to Haley about it this weekend too, by the way. Why didn't they just call it the Red River Showdown?
I don't know.
Instead of rivalry. I guess alliteration, probably. But Red River Showdown is so much better than the Red River rivalry.
I agree.
And it's more similar to the original option.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. The Georgia-Kentucky game, I thought this would be a lot closer. I almost took Kentucky to cover. This was kind of, I guess, Georgia's like, we're ready to pull out all the stops. We're ready to show who we are. Stop dicking around kind of thing. Brock Bowers is still fucking incredible.
He should be in the Heisman conversation.
I don't disagree with you at all. It's actually insane that just because I hate the whole Heisman conversation as far as it basically has to be a running back or a quarterback.
It's such a stupid award right now. The voters are just awful.
I agree. I would like to...
But give me a Heisman vote. I would like a Heisman vote. Still.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry,
he deserves it.
Me.
How do you feel about Michigan's game, Tyler?
Dominant game. It's Minnesota, so you can only say so much, but I legitimately think they've been the most dominant team in college football this year. Is it because of who they're playing? Yeah, probably, but they've looked so good this year, and they haven't they haven't shown any weakness. But they haven't played anybody.
They haven't played anybody. I was just gonna say that. They have not played anybody, and their schedule is kind of a cakewalk. I know we talk about it all the time, but if they can't get it done this year,
and they're not going to play anybody until I think week 9 against Penn State. It's crazy. how
And they have
awful their
Ohio
schedule
State
is.
to end the season, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's literally it.
Mhm.
Um, I know a lot of people were kind of higher on Minnesota than usual this year. I just don't see why.
I don't really see why either, because they lost so much production coming into this year from last year. Like last year's Minnesota team was, I thought, solid. They had Muhammad Ibrahim, the running back who's off in the NFL now. He was really good, injury prone as hell, but I just Minnesota's in like a little bit of a rebuilding phase.
Yeah. Um, I was also a better of Maryland to cover, and they did not by half a point
That
because
was
of
so tragic
because of
that they didn't cover that.
17 fourth quarter points. It was such a good game until the fourth quarter, honestly. And
Mhm.
then Ohio State finally got their shit together. I've been so high on Maryland this year. I know that that's not a hot take, but god damn, what a fucking heartbreaking fourth quarter for everyone involved except for dumb Ohio State fans.
Yeah, Maryland is really good. I think that if they were in the Big Ten West, they would be the favorites to win that division. Um, but yeah, or Ohio State, they've really turned it on second quarter, and like they're still a really good team.
So tragic. I really like the Maryland team, and
Yeah,
I hate Ohio State more than anything. I know that I'm supposed to like Ryan Day, and he's fine. It's just I hate Ohio State. I want to see Urban Meyer fail. Do we know anything about him in this Michigan State job?
That is the
Urban,
rumor.
yeah, it's all bullshit. No, it's
Okay,
complete.
good.
It's complete bullshit.
Could you
Don't believe those
imagine
rumors.
if Michigan State hired him? Wow.
Yeah, it would
Wow.
be going from one problematic head coach to arguably the most problematic head coach in college football history.
Yep.
No,
Um,
there's no truth to any of those rumors. So
Good. Thank God. I hope he never works another day at a school and is an educator of the youth for
now
another
that
day in
I
his
do
life.
think he will coach again, but I
Ugh.
do not think it will be during for this Michigan State opening.
All I have when I think of Urban Meyer these days is that Theo Vaughn clip that's like, make you want to kick a fat kid at Kmart. That clip has so much free real estate in my head. The Florida State game, I know Florida State is good, okay? But I don't know if they are. I think they're a little overrated. I'm gonna say it. I know that their quarterback situation is ideal. He's gonna be a great draft pick. I just I think that they started out kind of impressing everybody with the beginning of the season that they had, and they've just kind of maintained a little bit of like a slow downturn since. They're still good, but I just feel like they're getting a little bit too much love.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Haley's going to yell at me. LSU's not good. I don't think that win carries as much
No, I don't
as
either.
people think it does. Um, they've shown weakness, Florida State. It's why they've been falling steadily every week in my rankings. Um, but I still think that offense is just good enough to compete with anybody right now, and the defense is much more manageable than I think people think. But they're a really young team. They're built off the transfer portal. There are plenty of holes in that roster and in that team that they could lose pretty much to anybody in the top 35 on any
Yeah,
given
I
day.
agree. Yeah, 100%. I feel the same way. I know that I feel the same way about Notre Dame. You were super high on Louisville last week. I think that Notre Dame's a good team, but and they could beat anybody, but they could also lose to anybody.
Yeah, yeah. I feel similarly to them as I feel to Florida State. Those two teams.
Good for you on Louisville, though. Not only did
Yes,
they
thank you.
cover, but like 33-20 to a Notre Dame
Mm-hmm.
team that has been in some scrappy games. That is, and Jack Harlow, I guess, stormed the field, question
Jack
mark.
Harlow was on the field. And somehow he was able to find every camera on the field during the field storm. He was just all over my TV. Hey, good for him. Louisville doesn't get many wins like this.
I'm still gonna
Yeah,
say Marcus Freeman is hot.
Sam Hartman. So hot.
Notre Dame definitely
And I am
carrying the
comfy saying
attractive
that
factor.
because he's like an 11-year senior. Okay.
Mhm.
That is true. Yeah,
Um,
he's been in college football since I was born.
I know that USC won, but what a fucking shit show
That team's
doing it.
bad, dude. That
I think
I've
they're
completely
bad too.
turned. It's so unfortunate that they have who you could argue is the best offensive football player of all time on that team, and he's just going to have his career like overshadowed by their defense not ever being good enough to compete on a national level.
They are so bad.
It's rough how bad they are.
He keeps
Alex
that team alive. Their
Grinch.
defense,
Alex Grinch needs to be fired today.
their defense is laughable. Laughable, honestly. And the fact that, yeah, you're right, this is gonna overshadow his career there. It really is.
Yeah, like he could have been the most successful offensive or the most successful college football player of all time.
And that's saying a
he's not
lot
gonna
out
be
of
able
that
to
program.
because yeah. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
He still probably wins the Heisman, though, with all that said.
I think just because I feel like it's a little rigged at this point.
Yeah, it is, but what are you gonna do?
Alabama W. I thought A&M had a chance. Whatever.
Yeah, they did awful clock management by Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M. They're if Texas A&M loses, another game or two, Jimbo may be done.
I agree. Which is crazy to say with them sitting at 4-2, but their team's way too talented to be letting things like this.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't be in this position year after. It's not just this year that's the issue. It's just that he's done this year after year of
and it
having
feels
these
like
incredibly talented,
yeah.
like one of the best rosters in the sport, and he doesn't do anything with it.
And oddly enough, it feels like he's been there for a year and 37 years at the same time.
Yeah, I guess you do kind of have a good point there. He brought in a lot. I love what they're doing on offense with Bobby Petrino calling plays.
Yeah.
Do
you think that he could get elevated?
Problem is, he's just a little problematic.
He is very problematic, but so is Jimbo.
They're problematic in different ways.
I was gonna say not in the same sense,
yeah,
but
not in the same sense, but yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. They are an SEC program.
Texas.
SEC, yeah. They don't really care about
Texas doesn't care about being PC. They just want to win.
I.e. the University of Auburn.
Yes.
But, yeah. No, I think they will probably make some changes. I don't think it will happen until the end of the year, but it might. But we'll see.
I only have one comment outside of us getting to what happened in the Miami game. Our boy Tez Walker had a couple catches, 60-something yards.
Good for him.
We back.
UNC as a whole, what a weekend they had. Syracuse isn't as bad as I think a lot of people think. They're not good by any means, but they're a top 30, top 45 team in college football. Yeah. And North Carolina just obliterated them. They just systematically tore them apart on offense. And
I love UNC.
They look really good. They do look really good. They're probably I think they're a really strong contender for the conference right now. Depending on how you feel about Florida State, I think they could win.
I think UNC could beat Florida State. Yeah, 100%. I love Drake May.
Drake May looks pretty good. I'm not convinced fully. I think as in terms of NFL prospect, maybe the Mitch Trubisky curse scares me, but
I see that. Sam Howell, I guess.
Sam Howell, yeah, he hasn't convinced me either. I'm just scouting helmets at this point, but it does scare me.
Okay, the only other thing we got to talk about is the Miami game, and I don't have a ton to say about it. I've been super high on Miami all season. I've won some Miami bets this year. I know that we call it the Alex Earl effect, whatever. But how do you lose a game the way that Miami lost this weekend?
What a boneheaded decision by Mario Cristobal. is the most ridiculous ending to a college football game. The most ridiculous ending to a football game, period, I think I've ever seen.
Did you see the press conference?
No, I
I didn't see
didn't.
the press conference.
I have to, and I will say this: the only thing I can defend Miami's head coach for is someone gave my man's fantastic media training, because that's one of the best press conferences after such an embarrassing loss I've ever seen. It was hard
Yeah.
to watch that play. I couldn't believe it, and I was laughing because Tyler has been so pro Miami all season, and like that's
Yeah.
what you're gonna see on
Me
the
too.
national coverage.
Yeah. And I still think they're clearly a better team than that. That was just an awful boneheaded decision by them. And they're
That was so
gonna suffer the
stupid.
consequences for it. But I do think they're better than that.
Forever.
I think they're a much better team than that would lead you to believe, but it was just a wild move by them. They had no business losing that game.
Truly.
Hey.
Okay, Tyler, you have a quick bet before we get out of here.
Yes, I kind of hinted at it earlier. Notre Dame minus 2.5 might be my favorite bet of the week. It's early; they'll probably add more, but I think they win this game handedly. Maybe not handedly, but I think they win by more than 3 because that Southern California defense is just they're nothing. I think Notre Dame's going to run all over this team.
I don't hate it. Also, I'm seeing if I can give us a audible on your moon today.
Wow, I love that.
Oh wow, we're doing a moon on a Tuesday.
Surprise moon.
Since we did Kenny Pickett's moon, I guess we got to do my moon too.
Yep.
Yeah. It says that you are drawn to people because wait, that's me. It says you need an escape from any promises right now.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
That one's confusing.
That one, yeah, the moon was too much for me on that one.
Tyler's moon is off today.
It likes to trick me.
Okay, any closing thoughts, peeps?
No, ma'am.
I got nothing. Go Raiders. That's it.